Welcome to They're All People. Every conversation is a chance to give 1% more than expected.
It was 8:42 a.m., and the office felt like a pressure cooker, keyboards snapping, phones buzzing, everyone tunnel-visioned on their own deadlines. Annie hurried toward the conference room to prep for the afternoon training when she nearly walked straight into a wall of cardboard boxes. The shipment had shown up early, stacked shoulder-high and blocking the entire hallway. She groaned. There was no way she'd get her prep done now. Before she could even set her bag down, Jamal stepped out from his desk, took one look at her face, and rolled up his sleeves. "Go prep," he said quietly. "I've got this." She hesitated. "Jamal, that's not your delivery." He shrugged. "Doesn't matter. It's our hallway." When Annie came back, the boxes were sorted, labeled, and neatly staged against the wall. The place looked better than before the shipment arrived. No announcement, no spotlight, just something handled because it needed to be. No meeting, no memo, just momentum. That's how culture shifts, one small assist at a time. You don't have to lead to lift people. You just have to care enough to make someone else's day a little easier. That's how real teams win, when people look out for each other instead of waiting for applause. And there's actually a name for this kind of thing, organizational citizenship behavior, or OCB.
Yeah, OCB. I mean, it sounds super formal, but it's really just people doing the little stuff that isn't written down anywhere. Like nobody's job description says, hey, make sure nobody runs out of cold water on a 90-degree day, right? But when someone does bring that extra water, it changes the vibe for everyone.
That's exactly it. Researchers, Adam Grant for one, talk about OCB as all those micro assists, sharing tips, covering a shift, fixing something broken even if it's not your job. You can't see these behaviors on any org chart, but they're the silent threads holding the culture together. It's what makes people actually want to work together.
It's funny you say that because my first promotion wasn't because I hit my numbers. It was because I was always the guy on his hands and knees grabbing trash or unclogging the drain. Gross jobs, but man, when people see you care, even when nobody's watching, they start to trust you. That's how teams get tight, for real.
Exactly, it's those invisible actions that build trust. Like Simon Sinek's circle of safety, it's not always the high performer who moves things forward. It's the ones who genuinely care. Sometimes it's the person who stays late to set up the morning crew, or just sends that quick, "Hey, you crushed that today" text. You know, the person who understands it's not about credit, it's about supporting your team.
Yeah, and I gotta say, when we talk about trust, it's not built on some big grand gesture. It's those daily got-your-back moments. Just pay attention to the tiny things people are doing when they think nobody will notice. That's your OCB, right there. So there's this principle we keep talking about, assist beats insist. Basically, helping out builds momentum, but when you're always insisting on your way, or putting yourself first, that's pure friction. You ever been on a crew where someone's always making noise about what they did? Destroys the vibe instantly.
Yes, and here's the paradox. The less you angle for the spotlight, the more people want to pull you forward. Adam Grant's research on givers, folks who help in smart, sustainable ways, shows they outperform over time, not because they chase credit, but because people want to work with them and for them. Step up and create the culture of, we look out for each other here.
Exactly. There's something magnetic about someone who just handles things without making a scene. I remember once we had this guy, real quiet. Every day he'd sweep the shop at lunch break. Didn't ask, didn't brag, it just got done. Suddenly, everyone starts noticing the clean floor, and next thing you know, more people start pitching in. That's momentum.
And it really stacks up. Keeping a common space clean, the teammate who checks on your project just to make sure you're not stuck, that person who spends 5 seconds showing a new hire the right way to lift boxes. I mean, there are 1,000 ways to assist. Half the time, nobody will remember who did them, but the team will remember how it felt to work together.
Let's rattle off a few quick ones. 5 real-world simple assists. Staying late to sort the delivery so morning shift isn't slammed, fixing a typo in a proposal so your teammate doesn't look bad, covering the front desk for 5 minutes so someone can grab lunch, updating the shared calendar so everyone knows the new start time, or just dropping a "hey, thanks for picking up that slack today" shout-out. None of these are glamorous, but they move your team toward the win.
You nailed it, Jake. And when leaders, or really anyone, builds a habit of noticing and appreciating these small acts, teams get stronger. Patrick Lencioni talks about trust and accountability as glue. These assists are sticky, humble, and the real sign of a high-trust culture. Not chasing applause, just protecting momentum. That's how remarkable teams are made. So, this is where it becomes more than a theory. It's about actually building a habit in your team to spot and elevate those little wins. Even the tiniest gestures change everything when people know they're seen. What's worked for you, Jake?
Our daily huddle for sure. We stole the idea from sports. Assist of the day. Every morning, somebody gets a shout out for helping in some selfless way. Found a way to save someone time, fixed a nagging issue, stayed late to help the new guy. It's cool because people start watching for assists, not just who finished the most work. Like, it shifts what the team values, big time.
And look, Robert Greenleaf's whole principle of servant leadership is about this. It's not just managers serving down, it's about growing your people by making helping the baseline, not the exception. If someone's asking themselves, how do I know this culture shift is working? Here's the sign. Trust goes up, hesitation drops, and suddenly, people volunteer before you even ask.
Yeah, when you walk in and people are just looking for ways to make each other's day better, you know it's working. And honestly, if you're looking for those little wins, like who stacked the yard right so the delivery's painless tomorrow, who taught the rookie the shortcut, call it out. Doesn't need to be a parade, just a simple thanks for handling that.
And that's something anyone can spark, not just the boss. So if there's one challenge for today, go notice one selfless win and make it visible for your team. See what happens. Before we go, Jake, anything else?
Yeah, just remember, you don't got to be in charge to move your team forward. Anybody can spot those small assists, celebrate them, and start building a real circle of trust. Be the one who starts it and watch it grow. That's how you get remarkable teams, for real.
Absolutely. Okay, I have one question for everyone listening. You down with OCB?
Ha, yeah, you know me, love it, Imani.
You've been listening to They're All People. Don't wait for culture to change. Start it with your next conversation.